going through, but whatever it is, there is nothing too hard for my God. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who has already fought my battle. Do I have a witness here? Down here
Yeah.
Alabama, where I was born and raised.
No, New Orleans, yeah, New Orleans.
Still, God will fight your battle. Do I have
Yeah.
If you just be still, do I have a witness here? If you don't mind
Yes, you
this
do,
morning,
sir.
help me close this message. Put your arm around your neighbor. Touch your neighbor.
Squeeze him.
Hug your neighbor. Don't be afraid.
Yeah. Little Holy Ghost spraying before we get started. Hit me. On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have left California.
This bronze sexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no. Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Oh yeah, Dolomite, we offering. Oh yeah. Come on! And clap for the show that brings it to you. The hottest of hot takes, the coldest of cold hard facts. Good morning to another exciting rendition and edition, and a special one at that, of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the show that has been on the air almost a decade strong. And we're celebrating we're celebrating two anniversaries. One, the anniversary of Mr. Brian Snow, the founder of this show, who went under the knife to get rid of pancreatic cancer. And the other, this is the very platform on this date, 365 days ago, that I met Wise El Jefe. Yes. So the show that you see, Mentality, the chemistry was formed literally on that day last year. So we are having a double celebration for you. And good morning to everybody. I am Cole Johnson, one half of Mentality and one half of the main, I guess you could say the main constituents that comprises of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. So thank you guys. It's been a wonderful year for me. And let's get this started because we have to do some business before we do the celebrating. let's go around with the whip around. Congratulations to UConn. They were the only team that actually decided to not even deal with the drama. They basically wanted to whip everybody they met. And in the national championship, they did the same. They beat San Diego State 76-59 last night in Houston to claim their latest NCAA men's national championship. This isn't even the first that UConn has clinched, if I'm not mistaken, in Houston. I think they did another time, I believe. But UConn, let me just give a round of applause for them. When we had all kinds of drama throughout everywhere in terms of the men's and the women's game, and we'll talk about the women's game in the second hour. We had all sorts of drama in college basketball, both sides. It turns out that UConn was like, we all about that business. And partner, we ain't dealing with no drama. Every game they played in the NCAA tournament, they beat their opponent by double digits. So congratulations to UConn. Another championship. I think it's the fifth that the men's program has lifted up to the sky in their program's history. So you all are the standard bearers again of college basketball. So congratulations to UConn. I hope everything goes well with you, and I hope you're able to defend that title next year. Red Raider head coach Bobby Knight was in the hospital, but he got released from it. So says his son, after the coach had an illness that overtook him over the weekend. Now, he was released from a hospital in Indiana, and he returned home after being admitted with an illness. Now, Pat Knight, the son and a former coach himself, he submitted this as a release describing the incident or describing the details thereof. Quote, "On behalf of the Knight family, we thank you for your thoughts and prayers. As many have heard, my dad was hospitalized over the weekend with an illness and has since been released from the hospital. We ask for your privacy as he's cared for and resting at home in good hands." Close quote. Well, let's hope, Pat, that your father is resting in good hands and he's nowhere near a chair they could toss from one side of a room to the other. Now, current tight end of the 49ers, George Kittle, has WrestleMania designs. Yes, he lived his dream, so to speak, in having a cameo appearance on Sunday's part of WrestleMania 39. So he got a chance to live out a dream, and that might not be the last time he makes an appearance on the grandest stage of them all. So he was involved in a segment with The Miz, or Mike Mizanin, and former NFL punter turned show host Pat McAfee. We'll talk about him also a little later this hour. Kittle attacked The Miz with a clothesline and aided McAfee in winning an impromptu match during the event. So he hinted that he would be open for a role in the future. Now, why does that not surprise me? Well, he, of course, got on the radar of The Rock when the 49ers were in Super Bowl 54, and The Rock basically, with his catchphrase, sort of put the People's Champion catchphrase onto Kittle. So, of course, that made him happy, and the appearance of WrestleMania 39 made him happy too. We might see him another time, and we will talk about all things WrestleMania 39 next hour. The voice of the Masters, the number one play-by-play guy of NFL coverage on CBS, and now the former voice that you would hear whenever we would do Final Four coverage, Jim Nantz, has retired from that post. This is the last time that he will have his shining moment. The CBS play-by-play announcer announced his last men's Final Four, and he signed off moments after the 76-59 victory of UConn over the Aztecs. But he did it, of course, with a twist on his trademark catchphrase. And that catchphrase is, quote, "I mean this. We'll try to play off hello, friends. But to you, everybody in the college game, the CBS family, my family, the viewers, thank you for being my friend." Close quote. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you for being a friend. Dun, 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 dun. Driving up and down the road again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. No, let me stop. Thank you, Jim, for all the stuff you have done and what you'll continue to do. Of course, you will continue to be the number one play-by-play guy for NFL coverage. You'll continue to be the host of the Masters until further notice there. But it has been a wonderful ride to have you be the voice to announce all the men's Final Four for at least most of my adult life. And it is wonderful that you're getting your roses now because, sir, you're one of the best to ever do it. So, Jim, congratulations on a job well done. You did a wonderful, masterful job of being the voice of NCAA college basketball, for men's at least. And that concludes today's Whip Around. To the Fanatic Feedback Zone before we take our first break. A man who lives in the area of Storrs, Connecticut, one Mr. Chris Dietz of the Fifth Down Sports Show. He's feeling it. UConn. UConn. He goes on to say, "Good morning, everybody. Loud and clear from the proud state of the best college basketball program in the last 25 years. Well, if you're talking about the women's, yes. The men's has been like a roller coaster. He says 5 championships in 25 years, 300 different head coaches for 5 different sets of players. It's not the coaches. It's not the players. It's the program. Go Huskies. Oh, and add in the women's championships in that span, and it is ridiculous. Yeah, yes, it is. Victor Locke or VLock83, he says, "I knew UConn was going to win." And before the show began, he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Go Sports with a Z is in the building." Ryan McCarthy, no credentials required. He's also in the building. He says, "Good morning, Snow Crew, and I got a bone to pick with you, one Mr. McCarthy." A guy should not be as funny as you are. But I got a bone to pick with you. Vic says, "Good morning, Mr. McCarthy and Mr. Dietz." Vic also says, "Another incredible mentality episode as well." Thank you, Victor. One of my favorite and one of the most ardent supporters of mentality. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And VLock announces that Snowman's en route to his on-site location. Yes, so he's going to celebrate in style, not at home, but somewhere else. And he'll probably join me in segment number 2 or 3. Ryan also says, "I forgot to mention yesterday on Coffee with McCarthy that I did have San Diego State in a national championship. I did not, however, have them winning it." And he goes, "Can't wait." Well, I got a minute or two before I take my first commercial break. So I saw yesterday's episode of Snowman in the Morning. Before I get to why I have a bone to pick with McCarthy, I will do this. Because that show was off the rails. Anyway. Why were you thinking of Ray Ray whenever you were in church and you saw King, but you thought Kang? Oh my God. I was driving when I heard this. I almost wrecked That's why I have a bone pick with you, Brian. I almost wrecked in hearing that. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Really? So here he is. He's in worship. He's praying to Jesus. And he is saying in his head, the resurrected King. Wonderful job during Holy Week. That you're thinking about Ray saying, my King. Oh my gosh. If it weren't for the fact I was about to wreck, I would actually say that was actually funny. But it was funny though, nonetheless. Thank you for that anecdote, man, and I'm glad that we can be a good source of entertainment for you, and I'm glad that you were celebrating our King on his upcoming resurrection on Sunday. Hawk TV says Lakers on the comeback. We'll mention them sometime tomorrow. Good morning, Hawk TV says Victor Locke. And Ryan says, I'm dying. I'm dead now. LOL. And Hawk TV says, Ray solicited funds for building renovations. Yeah, it looks like it. We will now take our first commercial break. And when we come back, we will talk about Pat McAfee wanting to dismiss lawsuits. And later on, we will talk about WrestleMania 39 in hour number 2. And we'll have a guest that normally comes on each and every Tuesday. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Be back right after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to BruxNightGuard.com and order yours today.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy, game-winning interception, first down, just a nice solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. It is great to be back on Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, but let me do this correctly.
Now, forgive me not knowing the brother. You got your mic black. I don't know who the hell you are. It's like you're in the broadcasting witness protection program.
And And now, without further ado, the man who is in the broadcast witness protection program, aka the hardest content creator I know. Welcome back as he joins us every Tuesday. The man who is Darnell Solins, aka the Playmaker. How you doing, man?
What's good? Good morning.
All right, so
first and foremost, congratulations, UConn. I mean, people are not surprised when you beating everybody by 20 points in a tournament. I mean,
they were handing up butt whoopings when everybody was excited about upsets and they would turn and people would turn up brackets and basically and people pronouncing that this year's Final Four would ratings wise suck. You had UConn saying we're gonna take care of business, and they beat everybody they played in the tournament by double digits.
It might be one of the dumbest performances of a tournament run in basketball history.
I would say so. I mean, I can't think of a team other than, say, I don't know, 1990s UNLV squad that probably was that dominant in the tournament. Of course, they were dominant all year long, that team, but still. In the tournament, I can't think of a team, at least in recent memory, that was
and the thing is, all their losses came in conference. Every single their losses came in the Big East. Nobody outside the Big East could beat UConn, which is mind blowing to me.
Yeah, that's mind blowing to me too.
I'm pretty sure you saw the films of what Marquette did to them.
Yeah,
because Marquette gave them the business in the Big East tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't nobody replicate that? And Marquette not the biggest team in the tournament.
Yeah. Well.
Chris D, enjoy. You probably deserve to enjoy something. So UConn gave it to you.
You probably should enjoy something.
Just saying, because the other team he likes is not. They just tight.
Yeah. Yeah. To answer your question, Hard TV, UConn is the national champion on the men's side. But yes, I agree with you. The women's game was more lit. We will talk about that beginning hour number 2.
Oh, ooh. If Snowman didn't have this type of day yesterday, Will's gonna light this show up yesterday.
Yes, we will definitely talk about that.
See, even Chris understands what I'm saying. Even Chris knows what I'm saying.
Well, Deed says that UConn was his only celebration. Well, with Pat McAfee, his only celebration is finally to dismiss Brett Favre's clown show defamation lawsuit. That's what he calls it. So he's filed to dismiss the defamation lawsuit in a federal court Friday in Mississippi. Now, he served the defamation lawsuit against a talk show host earlier this year, and the lawsuit also includes Mississippi government official and former NFL player and Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe. Now,
why is this even news?
McAfee went on to say the following as to why he is wanting to dismiss such a baseless lawsuit. Quote, I very much understand that next to nobody on earth wants to hear more about this type of stuff, so I apologize for contributing more negativity and crap into a world seemingly filled with too much of them, both to begin with. Close quote. It is news simply because we have had Brett Favre, the Pro Football Hall of Famer. Yes, I will say that, because he is still. He had his hand in the cookie jar in the state of Mississippi. He got millions of dollars of funds to build a gymnasium on the campus of University of Southern Mississippi. So when you had those like Shannon Sharpe and Pat McAfee call him on the carpet, Favre decided to go lawsuit ham and threw defamation lawsuits in both their directions.
Brett Favre, do me a favor. Now put in the words of Justin Timberlake. Cry me a river. You lucky you ain't get the backlash that you deserve because everybody was too busy talking about Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State to go to Colorado. Like that was more worthy of backlash than what you did.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Favre's suit alleges that McAfee spread falsehoods, outrageous at that, on the air, and accusing him of stealing from the poor, taking money right out of their pockets, and stealing from the poor people in Mississippi.
Pat McAfee didn't break the news.
Nope, he didn't. Now, Favre is a key figure in an investigation into.
So this is so. Wait till we get to the women's tournament, because you see this. Deion leaves Jackson State goes to Colorado.
That's right.
Everybody jumps on him.
That's right.
But reports before he even decided to go to Colorado. Matter of fact, I think it was reports before he even Colorado even thought about hiring Deion Sanders. By the way, that tells you how long ago this happened.
All right.
Brett Favre did this. You gave it 5 minutes, and they moved on to the next sports talk.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm saying here like,
now Favre is.
Hold on, that's it. Hold on, if he actually did this, we're not gonna cover this. Yeah. But as soon as Jackson State season over with, Deion's out the door, going to Colorado. We got to talk about Deion leaving for a Power 5 school. Yeah. And how does this hurt HBCUs all of a sudden?
Now,
a Hall of Famer, a guy who doesn't need to do what he did in the state of Mississippi. And matter of fact, did he have a politician with him too?
In fact, the former governor of Mississippi. Now, he's a key figure in that investigation into misspent funds of the state and what's being touted as the largest public corruption case in Mississippi state history. Yes, he was supposedly in cahoots with the former governor of Mississippi. So,
and they said they had text messages that support this allegation.
Yeah, you can scroll the list of things in those text messages and seeing Favre say, "I don't want that." No, let me do this correctly. There was one comment in the text that came from Favre that said, quote, "Please promise me this will not go public." Close quote. Now, if that isn't condemning, I don't know what is.
But now we mad because Pat McAfee.
And Shannon Sharp. Yes. Yes, Hard TV. Shannon Sharp was also named in the lawsuit too. Yes.
Oh, but we want to go after them because they actually bring light to a situation that should have been brought light to months ago.
And it still should be shining that light on it.
Man, we done went through a whole 2 college basketball seasons, damn near the whole NBA season. The XFL season sound like it's about to wrap up. Baseball season don't start it. All this thing what Brett Favre did took place before all this even happened.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking like last summer, last fall. Yes.
We about to enter the summer. But now we're going to talk about it because Brett Favre feels some type of way because Pat McAfee and Shannon Sharp decided to finally bring light to a situation that should have been brought 2 months ago.
Excuse me, playmaker. Test! All right, good. I love that. All right, cool. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, it is my privilege, it is my duty to introduce to you the man who 365 days ago underwent pancreatic cancer surgery and is now in remission and has been for 6 weeks. It is the founder of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the founder of Snowman Multimedia, and just an all-around good guy, my friend, Brian Snow. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I decided at the last minute I'm going to celebrate today, not just because I got to see the national championship last night, but as Cole said, a year ago today, I was under the knife to remove the tumor in the left side of my abdomen. And here we are a year later, and I say we because it was a total team effort by everyone. You know, the surgery team at IU Med Center, everyone, yourself included, Cole and Playmaker, for their thoughts and prayers. But the one person I need to thank the most, besides God, is my beautiful wife, Jody. She made the hardest decision to move us from North Carolina to Indiana to get some help. And, man, Dr. Raganoff, Dr. Attila Nakib, and everyone at Indiana University, I wouldn't be here without them. Simple as it gets. I just wouldn't be here without them.
You know, this might be the only time I'm going to call for this. Cool. This might be the only time I call for this.
Okay.
Go ahead and play the praise video.
You know what? That is not a bad idea.
No, it's not.
That is not a bad idea. Damn! Ladies and gentlemen, colder than iced coffee, colder than your daddy giving his honest response about your whack gift on Father's Day, colder than the Jada Pinkett Smith ending a friendship between her son and Augusta Alsina. It's the Snowman. Good with Hard TV. I love that one, man. That's good. That's good.
Alive and well.
Not the...
Yes. Yes. That and Playmaker's about to fall out of his seat.
Oh my God. It's the whole father. Whack your gift is on Father's Day. Oh my God.
He's giving his honest response about the whack gift. That's the part. I love that. And yes, I agree with you, Hot TV. Thank you, God. Definitely.
I would agree with Victor on this
one. Well, Victor's basically
y'all don't want to know
Hot
some of the
TV's on
things.
fire today.
Y'all don't want to know some of the things my dad said with some of the whack gifts my sister and I gave him for Father's Day. Listen, he told, double brew today. Green tea lemonade here, and iced green tea matcha lemonade here.
All right. Before I continue with this show, sir, this is directed to you, Brian. What do you want to end this episode on? You want to talk about your White Sox reliever, or you want to give us another Cuddim experience story?
Liam Hendricks is doing the same thing I'm doing, and that's kicking cancer's ass. He said, see y'all on the south side soon. My season's been rescued because we've been praying for him since he made the announcement during the off season that he's going through cancer. And I'll choose option C. I have a bronsexual confession I'm going to end with.
A Tuesday bronsexual confessions. All right, well.
Yep, and it's directed at 3 people, which I will not name, but y'all know one of them. And that's all. You know what? Victor's clamoring for a custom experience. Why don't I do that next segment, and then I'll still end the show the way I want to end it. But this is in salute to everyone at Indiana University Med Center, Dr. Attila Nakib, Dr. Raghunath, and their entire surgical team. This is for them.
Well, congrats to them, and congrats to you, because once again, it is a show which is I only do that in jest and fun.
I know, but it is off the rail.
All the things.
Oh my gosh!
But you can choose.
But yes,
you choose that one.
But yes.
What?
Ron.
I'm already suffering. You have to realize I'm already suffering because they are over 500 for the first time in like 15 months.
Well, not 15. Not 15, 14 and some change.
15.
15 months. Call it 15 months, dog.
Wait.
You know what?
What do you say, Playmaker?
You heard me. You heard me. If I got in there quickly.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. All right. Since this show's off the rails already, give me the experience. I'll give y'all one right now.
All right. Well, before that, I'll give you a chance to reset. We'll take a break, and afterwards we will come right back to cut the experience in lieu of the celebration of Andrew Wiggins coming back on the court. We will do that right after this. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and we're celebrating with our friend and our brother Brian Snow kicking cancer squarely in the behind.
And when we come back, I got some words for media when it comes to Andrew Wiggins.
And words from the Playmaker. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. We'll be back, as my co-partner says, in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
That's why we here on this platform.
Marriage, a loving splendor, a daily grind. Such is the case when Damien and Jamie get together and chop it up, for marriage is real.
Let's just lay it all out here. Let's just be real with it.
Join this wonderful couple who keeps it real and always in love. BS3 Network proudly presents Marriage is Real, where love is the only thing that matters. Live every Tuesday at 8:30 Central. Oh, and Jamie has something to say.
Deuces and trays.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high-potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
Cause we take this job so serious.
Man, I went home that day and talked to my wife, Vicky. And Vicky was like, "What's wrong with you? You pissed off?" "Yeah, I got this partner I'm working with back in the radio station. Man. The Negro be lying." What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Well, these Negroes ain't lying. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
So I also get honored with Chris Bates. You are impeccable, Cole Johnson.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. With the Playmaker, I am Cole Johnson, joined, of course, by the founder of this show, Brian Snow.
One of these days, Cole Johnson.
Before we go to the cut-up experience, all right, Playmaker, you said you had some choice words.
Oh, yeah, I do. Before I get to that, one of these days, I'm going to hit the joke on you, Cole. I'm going to hit the joke on you one of these days.
No, you won't.
I'm going to hit the joke.
No, you won't.
Why? Why, Playmaker?
Because I think you deserve it. I think you deserve it. I think you
Playmaker, there are two problems with that. One, it's Cole Johnson.
Oh, I know.
And two, it's Cole Johnson.
Oh, I know.
End of story. End of story.
All right, I got some words from you.
Go for it.
Because a while back, when Ward broke the news that Andrew Wiggins will be taking time away from the team for family matters, he didn't say specifically what it was.
No, he didn't.
You know, the Ward didn't say what it was. Stephen A. Smith didn't say what it was. The guys on NBA TV didn't say what it was. So this notion, whoever decided to run with this rumor, his wife was cheating on him, it's flat out ridiculous. Then we kind of find out, as I'm on with Sports Illustrated, it says here in the tweet. Go ahead, Jose.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, oh, Lord. Really?
Uh-oh. Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm about to read you this tweet.
I got to hear this myself.
Oh, Lord. Okay, fine. Quote.
Golden State Andrew Wiggins plans to attend Warriors Thunder game on Tuesday, which is tonight. The reason for Wiggins' leave of absence since mid-February is that his father, Mitchell Wiggins, has been dealing with a serious medical situation, so it's closest to the situation said.
Close quote.
And now a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir entitled, What?
My problem is, how are you supposed to be in the media, whatever news you will be working with, and you want to run on a rumor that the wife was cheating on him?
Oh, I have several reasons for that. I'll do all of that this afternoon on the Brian Snow Show, so y'all don't want to miss it.
Well, I'll put a bow on this.
Ooh, I got several reasons. Put a bow on it, Cole.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a bow on this. Basically, to answer your question, Playmaker, that source in the media deserves a big fat juicy.
Big fat juicy crap spectacular
Yeah, because nothing gets me hotter than media not doing their job. So yes, I'm with you.
And you had people running with it.
Oh man, they were running all over the place. But see, folks like us, like Playmaker, Cole, myself, Hawk TV, Victor, and others that follow this particular show, and yes, I am dropping several shots. We actually dig into our research. We actually dig into the story. We actually use several sources instead of our emotions. And yes, that is a direct shot because in lieu of swearing, I'll just say we know what we're actually doing.
Yes, and we're addressing the following.
Oh yeah. Listen, I told myself after I began yesterday that, well, I'll leave it alone until this. I'll leave it alone until. Thank you. Hawk TV said in the chat, we need a day to honor Cole Sports. I'll tell you exactly what that day is. And just as Cole honored me last summer, we're going to do the same for him this spring when Cole hits number 50. We're going to plan. I got a celebration plan to really honor Cole the same way he and the rest of the crew honored me when I turned 50. So we're going to have some fun on that day. How about that?
Oh, hey, whatever you want to do, I'm cool with it. Don't matter.
Can you put Ryan comment up there?
Ryan's
yes, you put it up there and I'll read it. Reads as follows. But guys, people don't want to hear facts. People want hyperbole. Hyperbole gets clicks. Well, tell the hyperbole to stick it up their asses.
That hyperbole could have damaged that man even further.
Who gives a crap about hyperbole? But yes, I agree with you, Brian. That is part of why it is staining the profession in which I actually
it's staining the professionals that actually do their freaking job. Oh, did I say that aloud?
Yes, you did.
All right, go ahead and do your cut.
Did I also say aloud that people? Did I also say aloud that if you are in the media, you need to get out of your emotions? Oh, I said that to somebody, and the sumbitch didn't listen. His loss.
Let's get to the custom experience because we're going to fire up hour 2.
Oh, yeah. I got plenty of fire for hour 2.
All right. Well, then, here we go.
See, it draws you in. The music draws you in.
Shut up, Playmaker. Okay. This is one for Victor.
Oh, okay.
In 2006, we were working. Oh yeah, we were working at a park called Ho Chung Sports Complex, doing baseball, doing summer travel baseball. Victor was on the phone with me because the Scrubs were playing the White Sox at Raggedy Field. And yes, I said all that with the purpose.
In-city rivalry.
Yep, I said all that way with the purpose. Light the incense and grab your crystals. It's therapy time. Yes, it is. And it's a double play today.
That damn Cole Johnson.
So the Scrubs got out to a lead. The White Sox tied it, and at the time, the White Sox were defending champions. Jim Thome hit a pinch hit home run, tied the game. The Cubs go back up 6-5. We're in the ninth inning, and Ryan Dumpster Fire, a.k.a. Ryan Dempster, on to attempt to save the game for the Scrubs. Well, the first 2 men were out, which makes a 26 out. How many outs are needed for a complete baseball game?
27.
Yeah. So after the first two men were out, to get to out number 26, Ross glowed with an infield single. Jermaine Dye with a solid single to left. And two pitches later, A.J. Przinsky wallops one out of the yard. And Victor was going nuts in my ear. And a whole bunch of kids were in the were in the concession stand, were in the clubhouse, I beg your pardon. They come flying out to me, yelling that A.J. Przinsky hit a home run.
Okay.
So I decided to piss off every Cub fan in the area, and I pick up the microphone and I go, update from Wrigley. A.J. Przinsky, and I purposely paused, has just hit a 3-run home run. Whole park goes nuts. And I said, White Sox 8, Cubs 6. And to my left, there were a bunch of Cub fans that in unison screamed, no! So, of course, the real reliever and Bobby Badass Jenks gets the final 3 outs in order, and that was the final score, 8-6. Now, in the immortal words of Bill Cosby, I told you that story to tell you this one. When I was living with the Booter, that dumbass who can't get a date to save his life, he thought he knew everything. Notice I said thought.
Yes, I did.
About Cubs history. Yeah, until I brought up the date, July 1st, 2006. You know what this dumb bleep bleep looked me in the eye and said?
Cubs win, Cubs win, Cubs win.
Yep. And I said, Booter, not only can I prove you wrong, but you're going to give me $100 plus a free meal. Of course, he stupidly took the bet. So I walked right in the back room, fired up my laptop, my old laptop at the time, and fired up that particular clip. And I believe it was Kenny Albert who was on the call for Fox at the time. And in my best impression of Kenny Albert, and I don't do voices very well, and now A.J. Przinsky with 2 outs, top of the ninth. Well hit, right field. White Sox take the lead. And the best line Kenny Albert ever delivered in that call, A.J. Przinsky says, take that, Cubs fans. So I got pizza that night. I got a full grilled cheese meal. And oh yeah, I got $150. Because not only did I correctly say the White Sox won that game, I remembered the score being 8-6. So yeah, all the work he did doing websites that day went right into my pocket. Oh, and the best part about it, he had someone in mind that he wanted to entertain. Oh, Snowman entertained her instead. That's your experience. Double play for today.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Another story where the dude doesn't get the girl. Lord, that's sad.
I'll expose that one later.
This shouldn't be titled. This thing shouldn't be titled. It should be titled The Loser. Goodness.
I thought y'all enjoyed that one.
Responses to the Fanatic Feedback Zone. Yeah. I just love this. I after Vic with his light dances, grab crystals, therapy time, and Playmaker saying, you know, the theme to the serpent just hooks you in. You think it's gonna be exciting, and then that music,
the therapy music,
and Ryan goes, "Woo-sa."
Hey Ryan, I got more.
Oh,
I'll read this one before we reset. This custom experience is brought to you by Bronvo. Don't be like the Booter. Be like Cole. Say it.
Yo, Kang.
Be a champion in love. Find someone who loves you the way bronsexuals love.
They can.
Thank you. And now, hour 2 starts right now, and I'll be right back.
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the Playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh man, it's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God, this game. Oh, way to go, Sammy.
Hour 2, YSL.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now.
The place where you heard Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins. The place where you've seen the ever-living, and the place where we do provide the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold hard facts. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. I am also joined by Playmaker. I don't know where the heck he is, but I am joined by him.
Yeah, because you got the solo sax.
Hi. Thank you, sir. And we did talk about the men's Final Four in our number 1. It's time to introduce the women's side of it. And one aspect that has me heated.
You heated.
In fact, I will let the Playmaker go first because there are many fandom out there in the wild that deserves to get 2. No, you all deserve to get a bushel each of these. Playmaker, I cede the floor to you, sir.
So, Sunday afternoon, as I prepare for night 2 of WrestleMania, we had the women's championship game, correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
All right, well, LSU. First and foremost, let me go ahead and give the girls congratulations because between the ABC views and views around the whole world for the ESPN app, 12.6 million watched the national championship game of the women's.
But wait a minute. I thought people didn't pay attention to the women's basketball game.
Oh, I can go a step further. 9.9 of those million viewers watched it on ABC.
But I thought the women's game was boring.
Nah. No. This NCAA tournament for the women's was more watched than the men's NCAA.
Now that makes me smile.
Oh, go look at the numbers. You don't believe me? You can go look at them. Trust me. And by the way, that's without the number 1 team in the entire country making it to the championship game. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Because when they called the Steph Curry of the women's game, Caitlin Carr had other plans for South Carolina. Which brings me to the point where Cole wants to go. Angel Reese gave Caitlin Clark what she just got. You know why? Because Angel Reese got the ring. Caitlin Clark doesn't. But here's the problem. The fact that Angel Reese sought out Caitlin Clark to do it has people in order. You know why? It's classless. Here's showboating. Hold on.
It's a bunch of crap.
Hello. Elite Cole Johnson, Elite 8 against Louisville. What did Caitlin Clark do?
She pulled one of these.
That's against Louisville, okay? That's the Elite 8. Let's go to the South Carolina game. Did you see the disrespect she gave to the South Carolina guard? Blatantly disrespecting the person she was supposed to guard. You ain't gonna do. I ain't worrying about you. Man, you do whatever. I'm gonna hang out in here and make sure Aaliyah Boston don't get these rebounds. And those of you who would have took the time and listened to Angel Reese's reaction to that and what she said when she was asked post game. Wait a minute. South Carolina's one of us. We saw how y'all treated them. Very disrespectful. So yeah, I'm gonna bring it back to you. And by the way, Alexis Morris, the guard for LSU, you heard what she said when she was asked by Holly Rowe? She said, Caitlin Clark, you're a great player, but guess what? You gotta put some respect on my name. See, for those of you who are not paying attention, LSU walked into the game feeling disrespected.
Yep.
And who was, and thanks Snowman's back. Snowman, who was everybody clamoring for in the national championship game?
Caitlin Clark in Iowa.
Exactly. LSU came into the game being disrespected.
And LSU whooped their ass.
So yes, they gave it to him. Now, if you
let me do a little Stone Cold for you, playmaker. LSU stomped a mud hole in their ass and walked it dry.
I'm gonna do it this way. Coach, you got my video ready for me?
Let me see. Keep talking. I'll put it up.
Okay, because I'm gonna throw a player name when
all right.
Get ready. But for those of you who want to look at injuries, so she want to go out, she want to score 15 points in the championship game. Y'all do realize that was her 34th double-double?
Oh, you took the point. You took the point.
The most I think in not the women's game in all of college basketball, right? In
39 games. 39 games.
Yeah, that is incredible.
She had a double-double 34 times. This is the point I made. This is the point I made yesterday. Go ahead, Cole.
All right, playmaker, whenever you're ready.
But y'all want to sit here and go out and get a card. But here's something for y'all to take with if y'all want to be mad. There's a woman by the name of Jasmine Carson.
Yes.
Who came into the game scoring a total of 11 points. Guess who got to guard her? Caitlin Clark. Guess what she did to Caitlin Clark? Keep it going.
And this.
Keep it going.
And this.
Keep going.
Oh, well, hold on. We're going to get there. All right, here we go.
I wish you had one where he stunned the heck out of Kurt Angle, but I guess a guy can only wish. And by the way, I threw this fact out yesterday when I went off on this subject, of LSU being feeling totally disrespected because everybody won Iowa. Do you know the LSU Lady Tigers were only the second team in college tournament history with a 100-point championship game?
Oh, I'm gonna get to that. I want to give Jasmine Clarkson her flowers because then you want to do that to South Carolina. You ain't doing that to me. I might score on the 11 points, but I'm gonna drop 21 on you and go perfect from the field. Oh, and by the way, that was with a leader and best player on the team on the bench because she had 2 stupid behind foul calls called on her.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all want to sit here and want to go at Angel Reese, y'all got to realize that whole team walked in with the same mindset that Angel Reese did.
As well they should have. As well they should have, because they knocked off a number 1 seed in Virginia Tech. They knocked off a number 1 seed in Virginia Tech, and yet everybody wanted Iowa to win, giving no love, no respect, and no chance to LSU. And again, to echo the point that I made yesterday, and the backup playmaker and his coverage of women's college basketball, which is unprecedented like mine, LSU became the second team in NCAA tournament history with a 100-point championship game. Not just a tournament game, a 100-point championship game.
And guess what? You don't score 100 points with one player being dominant.
No, you don't.
You have to bench. The bench of LSU came out and said, y'all gonna put some respect on my name. And then the stars got back in the game. Alexis came back and said, y'all did it without us on the court in the first half. We're gonna have you finish it in the second half.
And they did.
And then Alexis Morris came out there and dropped 21 points in the second half. And told Caitlin Clark, you better put some respect on my name.
So what you're both are saying is LSU did this to Iowa, led by Caitlin Clark.
I wish you had George Kittle's Beast Mode video handy, Cole, where he carried like 3 Saints with him, but because that's exactly what LSU did to Iowa on Sunday afternoon.
And just like LSU did, this is where I take it and pass it to Cole Johnson.
Here's the handoff. Well, before Cole takes a handoff, let me throw an option out there. ESPN, ABC, y'all messed up. Because you put the championship game at 3:30 in the afternoon because you wanted no competition. And you had competition anyway. You should let an outlet like Cole Sports, the Playmakers blog, and Snowman Multimedia cover women's college basketball, because it will be covered in a way that no one, and the Snowman means no one, has seen it, heard it, or will view it again. Now I'll hand it off to Cole.
So I thought the women's game was boring. I thought people didn't pay attention to girls playing basketball. I thought that women, they don't have anything athletic to give in basketball since they can't dunk.
And my next four words are, who told this lie?
And that would be the reasons to why you don't follow the sport. You follow the men's. Well, somebody must have done told all of y'all wrong, because, and I said this to 2 of my partners who were covering the women's Final Four. I said that you all have the best seats in the house because you were probably going to see the 3 best games of the weekend. And I was including the men's Final Four when I was saying that.
And
that is not to and that's not to take away from what the men did. The men had a decent but pretty normal and true to form Final Four. You had one buzzer beater and you had two laughers. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem.
And we kind of expected that.
Yeah. This women's game, we had 2 national semifinals games that were both contested by single digits, and we saw a team that was utterly disrespected, or they felt utterly disrespected, and they went out and they did their thing. And they did their thing against the woman who's considered the consensus All-American on the women's side of basketball. And then we get to the controversy.
Which ain't much of a controversy, because as I said yesterday, keep the emotion in the game. Shut up.
Here's the problem. Caitlin Clark was well within her right to do this, which is the "you can't see me" taunt from John Cena. And it was big upped, we said it on this show, by John Cena himself. So if you're going to say, you know what, Caitlin, do your thing and show personality, well, you should do the same thing to Angel Reese when she was doing the same thing. Because that's all it needs to be said.
And to back up Cole's point, what I said yesterday, Caitlin Clark had the right to do it. Angel Reese had the right to do it. The difference is Angel Reese did it in the game that matters the most, the championship game. Find the lie.
So don't give me this crap about, well, Caitlin only did it for this long, but Angel chased Caitlin down the court for 15 seconds.
I'm going to take a page from Negro Night. Caitlin instigated the whole thing.
Don't give me a video where I see, well, Caitlin only did this for 1 second, and meanwhile it took 15 for Angel Reese to want to do this to her. Don't give me commentary about how, well, when Caitlin did it, it was showing passion. It was showing that competitive fire and spirit that we'd like to see in the game. But when Angel Reese did it, it was classless. It was below the belt. It did not have any place in the game.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying?
Don't give me the, well, it was great for Caitlin to do it, and it was wonderful for her to do it. But Angel, no, that has no place in the game.
Woo!
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
Memo to current basketball fan.
I want me to show you how disrespectful Angel Reese felt. I just told y'all she had 34 double-doubles this season out of 39 games.
Memo to current basketball fan. Your biases are showing.
Oh, it definitely is. Hey, by the way, to go back to your point, Angel Reese wasn't even the Naismith finalist. It was Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and Maddie from Villanova.
Right.
No Angel Reese, but Angel Reese had the most double-doubles in a season.
I think for any basketball player, not just women's. So here's the skinny. You throw that drama toward Angel Reese, saying that she was classless, saying that she possessed no decorum, saying that she should have shown better sportsmanship. Get out of here with that crap. That was within the paint. and it was within the time. Now she did this, and the clock was over, and in the handshake line she was doing this to Caitlin, then maybe you might have a point. But you know what? The game was still in play. She had every right to do that. You know why she had every right to do that? Because it's competition.
And it was for a championship.
So if you're gonna be like that for Angel Reese, you should be like that for Steph Curry.
You know what?
When he releases the jumper and he turns his back to the jumper before it falls down the hole for a swish, and then he does a shimmy.
Let me tag Snowman into
Say
this.
he's classless.
Let me tag Snowman into this. I'm glad you went that way, Cole, because Snowman.
Yo.
You remember the Western Conference Finals between Golden State and Houston back in the day, right?
Very
when
well.
Steph Curry doing his thing, and Chris Paul gave it back to him, but everybody want to jump on Chris Paul for doing it. What did Steph say? I dished it out. I got to be able to take it.
Yep, he sure did. And the other thing is, Steph Curry also coupled it with kick me off the court again.
Give me this camera. Here's how it goes. Stop being whimpering, whiny, complaining babies. When you see athletes on there talking in the way only athletes do, because athletes want to get into another athlete's skin, don't code it with, well, this is not fair play. This is below the belt. This doesn't belong in the game. Bull. No, let me do this right. No. Oh, it don't belong in the game. It has to be ringed out the game. Bull. No, it doesn't.
Give me this camera. I'll do it for you. I'll do it justice. That's some grade A homogenized Holstein bull, and you know.
Give me back this camera. You idiots deserve to go back into the hall, back into the hole in which you crawled. Get on your keyboard and act like you the mighty warriors that you think you are.
No comment.
And type some other insidious and infuriating and erroneous stuff. That was within the play and in the battle. See, that is a sports understanding of the war zone. That's a battle. That's the war zone. Whatever goes on between the chalks or between the paint or between the lines, if you're talking baseball, or on the ice, that's between those athletes.
Period.
What you saw was athletes talking to athletes, one of them saying to the other scoreboard, because the other athlete felt that she could do the same thing. This is something that my father taught me, and this is something when I was in field athletics, my coaches taught me. They said to me all of them said to me the following statement, quote, if you dish it out, you better have enough balls to take it. Close quote. So I will submit to you, Caitlin Clark dished it out, and to her credit, she had the ovaries to take it. Angel Reese is no villain.
Nope.
She is not classless. She is not a bad sportsman. She is an athlete who was on the highest level, achieving the highest honor that a collegiate athlete can get, which is being the best in her sport. And she was only seconds away from claiming that honor.
Give me this camera. Give me this camera. More importantly, Angel Reese, you keyboard warriors, is something y'all will never be. And there is a certain keyboard warrior I am directing this to because he doesn't have the balls to face me. Angel Reese is a champion. Take the camera back.
And so, just like at times this show, your takes, keyboard warriors, are basically making all of sports coverage
Oh, you thought that was something, Victor? Wait till we come back from break, because then we talking WrestleMania.
That's right. Because
No, we're not.
Yeah, yes,
we got something else in mind.
No, we have that in mind, and when we come back, that's what we'll talk about. WrestleMania 39 recap, and we will do a reset right now. This is Snowman Morning with Cole Johnson. Back in 2 and 2.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus, smarter than energy.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
This is a BS3 Network presentation. Politics.
They'll write the law, but they'll enforce it differently. Is that going to apply both ways?
Religion.
God never said that we can't reason together. Matter of fact, he said, let us sit and reason together.
Relationship.
I believe that everybody wants and needs somebody.
From a man's perspective.
They say, girls, if I put some polish on that and get him to buy some different clothes, girl, he could be a winner chicken dinner.
Join the thought engineer.
There's nothing wrong with me developing my piece and you developing your piece, but understand the goal is to come together.
And comedian John Yogi.
Negro, I don't need you putting on no chapstick up there in the pulpit. You do that over there in your chair.
Get ready for
Man Talk Monday. Woo!
Live every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Because we take this job so serious. I'm sorry. I did that all wrong. My bad.
Do it right, will you?
Oh, God. Brother again. Now worship yo king. I'm so glad, Ryan, that you here on Coffee with McCarthy. I love you.
Oh, Lord, you beat me to it.
What
in the types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
You ain't got a lick of sense.
Why do I now?
You ain't got a blink. You ain't got a blank, lick of sense.
If Snowman dropping his head, is me with that look of why me? And it's Ryan is just patronizing it.
You ain't got a lick of sense, Cole Johnson.
Back at it on Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. I am Cole Johnson. Just joined by my partner Brian Snow.
You ain't got a blank, lick
by
of
the Playmaker.
All right, Cole, where you want to start it with WrestleMania?
And yeah, hold on a
Shane
second.
McMahon blowing his knee out.
Victor, I'm with you. I love that. I said when I deal with non-factuals in the show, I love that. I'm with you on that. Yes, I'm 100% with you on that. We here, as Martin would say. We here. Yeah, we here. That's why you see this often. now let's get into 39. What is on your mind about that playmate?
Well, Snowman brought it up. So, Snowman man surprisingly returns on night 2.
Snowman man blew on his knee.
To his quad.
He blew out his knee. He blew out everything.
But
55 years old.
Snoop Dogg saves the whole segment. Dropping the Miz twice with a right hook. And the funniest people that I have ever seen in my life. No man can even say. That was the funniest people that I have ever seen in my life.
His knee. That was funny.
No, it's Snoop Dogg. You ain't see what Snoop Dogg
Who ain't got no? Who doesn't have a lick of hair? Who doesn't have a lick of hair unless it's gray? I mean, shout out to Snoop Dogg. Don't get it twisted, but
yes, he have 2 twists of hair hanging, but nothing at the top.
Nothing.
This dude must not know. This dude must be 51 years old. And he can't wear that style no more. But Stan, he has millions in the bank and he's smoking. I get that.
I mean, but you think about it. Shane seriously got injured. But they were so able to act so quickly to take something that was serious and make it funny. Like that's very good.
I mean, the best part for me was Pat McAfee and George Kittle.
I'm pretty sure that was yours, but when I say this, me and Cole gonna be on lockstep, like he said with like Martin. That Intercontinental Championship match. Good gracious.
Look,
them 3 guys.
I enjoyed the SmackDown Women's Championship match.
Oh yeah, them ladies killed it. Them ladies killed it.
I enjoyed the Women's Championship. I enjoyed that. It did. I enjoyed the Saturday night's main event. I enjoyed that too. Sunday night's main event. But the match to me of the weekend, because what Gunther, Sheamus, and I did I want to see that again.
In front of what? 80,000.
I became a wrestling fan seeing that. They did that in front of 81,000. Stadium.
80.
20 minutes just knocking the skin out of one another.
And knocking the hell out of each other.
I'm like, jeez.
Oh my God.
I mean,
WrestleMania next year.
To be honest,
Philadelphia.
To be honest, night 1 was off the chain. Night 1 was like,
yes.
Is the next
night 1 was nuts. Night 1 was nuts.
It's off the chain. Night 1's off the chain.
It's like each match built off the other one. And
that's how good that match was.
Because coming in, I'm like, okay, we have to fit a 4-minute match. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but them 14s killed me.
Ryan McCarthy, you are a fool.
That it was not a throwaway match. Yes, this comes
Ryan
from
McCarthy,
Simon Miller of What Culture. He says, it says Simon Miller's a coin, big men slapping man meat. What a match. Yes. And yes, that is a phrase that Simon Miller says.
I know that.
He's a good guy.
Because to be honest, before the Intercontinental Championship match, you could take any match for night 1 to be the match of WrestleMania. Any match, because they all were killing it night 1.
So what went wrong with night 2? Why couldn't they follow it up? I want Playmaker's opinion. Why couldn't they follow up night 1 with night 2 that was the same way?
I think because they put more of the star power on night 2.
Okay.
And sometimes when you do that, that doesn't always work. Because when you put the women's fatal four match on now, everybody knew who was gonna win. So it was like, but we know who's gonna win, but can you deliver?
Yeah.
Anytime you see Ronda, it don't deliver.
Yeah, because you can tell Ronda really doesn't. I don't want to say she doesn't care about the product. I just think I think she sometimes acts as though she's above.
You said it. You said it right. You said it right.
I mean,
she doesn't
cares
care.
No, she cares to a degree. I just think she just acts like if she's above it all. She just has this air of, well, I did this for real at UFC. This is not really real, and you can see it, and it just pours from her, and it's like, okay, you need to get off of my set now.
That's like the only match the crowd was not into.
Yeah,
and she's a California native, so you would think some of them would be into it. The crowd was just
they were dead.
They didn't feel the need to boo it. They were silent.
The crowd was dead. Absolutely dead.
The opening match was Brock Lesnar versus Omos. You know why people was excited that match? Because Omos was kicking Brock's behind leading up to WrestleMania.
And
we ain't seen a suplex from Brock Lesnar until we got to WrestleMania.
And Kitty's behind in the match. Of course, the crowd got real excited when Lesnar does what he does best and just toss people around. And we got a chance to see him toss a 415-pounder around the ring like he was a cruiserweight.
And Brock Lesnar gave you the look like, I had to fight for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look at Ryan. Look at Ryan's comment. Last two comments.
Yeah, and I want to get to this before I get to, I think, the shining moment of WrestleMania. I want to get to this now. The main event, which of course Sunday night between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, he said it was a great match, and it was. I hated the ending. He says the ending of the Reigns-Rhodes match had VKM or Vincent Kennedy McMahon's fingerprints all over it. Crap ending.
Here's the thing though. This is how great WrestleMania was, because we forgot about there's gonna be a swerve somewhere. We didn't get it in night one. We mostly didn't get it in night two until the last two matches when the Demon Finn Balor got beat again as the Demon, which we was like, Demon can't lose again. And then
that was a bit disappointing. Yeah.
And then they get into the main event of all WrestleMania. It's like we forgot Vince was going to swerve us somewhere. And here's the thing, though. What they did is, and what people fail to realize, they're keeping the story going.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on. Maybe this is not the time to end the ring yet and have Cody Rhodes take the reins. And the thing about it, Roman Reigns wanted the same way he always wanted. He had help from the family.
See, here's the thing. To be, I think the right person won. I think it should have been Reigns. And I knew it was going to be a deflating moment for the crowd because I think you're starting to see some in the crowd say, okay, this guy's had the belt for far too long. It's time for someone to unseat him. The closest we've gotten to it has to be this guy to unseat him was Sami Zayn, but it was not going to be him because it wasn't time yet for that guy to do that. Cody, wonderful story. Love it. I understand that I have a huge amount of respect for the Rhodes family. Huge Dusty Rhodes fan. In public, if you will. I mean, love Dusty. Love Dusty. And Cody, he has his own record. And so he basically his WWE 2.0 resume is he's beaten Seth Rollins 3 times, tore his pec, came back, won the Royal Rumble. Then that's all he's done in a single year back. So it was to the point where people were clamoring, let's get the belt off of Roman Reigns instead of I want to see Cody win the title off of him. If it was more, we need to have Cody win that title, then we want Roman Reigns to lose it. Then that means Roman has to win, and like you said, the story has to continue.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have the best baby faces need to have a lot to overcome. And if you give them those hurdles to overcome, then you salivate more and more for that particular guy, in this case, to unseat the final boss of a champion. And WWE has built up Roman Reigns to be the final boss. And he's held the title 2.5 years. And they announced, the moment I heard when in the beginning of his entrance last Sunday night, when they said Roman Reigns has been champion 945 days, I said, well, then, okay, Roman's keeping the title, because they want him to hold the title at least 1,000.
Yeah, they want him to break Bruno Sammartino's record at least.
And what they're doing is they are slowly destroying the bloodline. Right. They're gonna do it piece by piece, and not having this crumble down. They're gonna slowly do it. So they started with the Usos losing the tag titles.
Right.
Yeah.
So you already had the victory in the erosion of the bloodline portion of this story. Yeah.
So does this continue? So does this continue all the way to Philadelphia, or do we see someone unseat Reigns before we get to Philadelphia?
I say the latest is Detroit. And that's
so you say SummerSlam?
I say that's the latest. SummerSlam.
Okay.
You think SummerSlam really?
Yeah. Because they're not gonna have Roman Reigns lose the title at a quote unquote
at WrestleMania
at a small. It's gonna be one of the big four.
Okay.
They ain't gonna wait till Philly because that's a whole year.
Right.
You do it at SummerSlam, it's like 6 months away. If you wait till SummerSlam, because by then, Money in the Bank don't took place. You already had WrestleMania Backlash. You already had your small pay-per-views already take place, and you already know. And by then, you already know who has the Money in the Bank. So
right.
You can actually tell which way they're gonna go.
You said SummerSlam's in Detroit.
Yeah, SummerSlam's in Detroit. Yeah, Ford Field.
So they're playing Little Caesars Arena.
No, Ford Field.
Ford Field.
Oh, they're going to Ford Field. Nice.
They're going to Ford Field for that.
Ford Field.
So we got another 80,000 at SummerSlam. Nice.
I would say this. I want to give a shout out to the ladies. To the ladies, outside of the Fatal 4-Way tag match, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. If the IC match did not happen, I would say that was a match. I would say the match of the weekend would be that.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair and Asuka.
Oh, that was man. I did not realize how physical both those women were. I loved it. I loved it.
They were quite physical. They were quite physical.
The 6-woman tag match. Loved it. They let the women, they let Damage Control, Becky, Trish, and Lita all have their
control the action.
So to piggyback up on talking about women's college basketball, y'all better pay attention to the women starting to show y'all they can do this stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can. They can. They definitely can.
And will.
Now this takes me to me the moment of the weekend, which if this did not happen, it didn't matter if Cody would win the WWE Universal Championship off of Roman Reigns. We needed to see Sami Zayn triumph this weekend. That was a must. That was necessary. To me, Sami Zayn is the #1 babyface in the business. And for him this weekend to have an L, that was unacceptable. I could take Cody losing because you could build him even further.
Yes.
If Sami were to have lost to Reigns, which that was expected, if he were to lose against the Usos along with Kevin Owens in the main event of night 1, that would have meant the WWE was killing Sami Zayn as any type of figure whatsoever.
That match, you talking about match of roller coaster rides. That match,
That match told the best story all weekend long.
I could have sworn that match ended about 10 times.
Yeah, that match told the best story, and I've not heard it enough. People need to say it. Give props to the Usos. That is the best tag team I have seen in a long time.
Oh, that's my
long time.
Oh, this is my favorite tag team.
Oh my gosh.
Them guys, they do it. And that match, like I said, that was a roller coaster ride. You just didn't know. You were trying to figure out how it's going to end.
Right.
And then they ended with the cherry on top. Sammy beating Jay.
You could not have written it better. Seriously, you could not have written it better. And to me, it was like after I saw that, I was like, my WrestleMania weekend's made. That's the moment I needed to see. That right there. Everything else, cherry on Sunday.
You didn't need Kevin Owens beating Jay or Kevin Owens beating Jimmy. It needed to be Sammy and Jay.
Yeah, Sammy beating Jay. Because Jay.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And to me, the MVPs of that storyline were those two, and still are those two. Jay Uso and Sami Zayn.
One of my favorite moments is the Mysterios. I gotta give Don credit because he's really taking this prisoner thing to the next level.
Oh, Dom can go. The dude. I did not realize his character game, his gimmick game was like that. That dude has been studying all his life. He must have studied this old man since the fact that he was knee-high to a grasshopper. Yeah.
Yeah.
That entrance, I was like, yo, that is great.
Yeah.
Getting a police escort to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like you a prisoner. I'm like, yo, and then Ray coming out with Snowman and Rider, paying homage to Eddie Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
And then they gave everybody what they wanted. Rey Mysterio taking out that pill.
Yeah. And for those who say, well, this is teaching wrong parenting. No. If you saw that whole story, you saw a parent try to show restraint all throughout the build-up, and this was basically a parent saying to the child, "Look, I held back. You didn't want to take it, so now you're taking this." And I defy any child would say, "Well, my parent didn't do that to me."
You kept asking for it. You finally got it.
You asked for it. You pushed. That's what you wanted. This is what you're gonna get. Yeah.
And I like how they did it. They waited till Dom to go at his mom for it. So I said, all right, now you went too far.
Mm-hmm.
Now you went too far. Now I have to whoop you on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and Vic, I thought the same thing. Saying, did it seem like Dom's outfit was an homage to Ray's costume from Halloween Havoc? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I loved about. That's another thing I'm loving about Dom. Although he's opposing his father, you can see how much reverence and respect he has for him, and how he's going about his character. So it's like, okay, yeah, character-wise, yeah, you're scum to your father, but I'm glad that we know outside of the lines, you respect the dickens out of him.
That's ultimate respect right there.
Yeah.
That's ultimate respect, and I've been waiting to see how and watching how Dom develops. He's every bit of his dad.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's selling the daylight side of that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
He is selling the daylight side of that storyline.
Yeah, of course, it looks like that's not over. Of course, Bad Bunny's going to be in it, and of course, the next pay-per-view Backlash that's going to be in Puerto Rico. So,
and
of course,
and the following show out the Backlash is right here in Jacksonville, Monday Night Raw.
Oh, the Monday after Backlash is in Jacksonville. Okay.
It's in Jacksonville.
Okay.
Are you going?
Oh, you already know.
So that's all I need to know.
So that's in 4 weeks. All right. Cool.
Speaking of putting a bow on this.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think we have broken it down the way it needs to be broken down.
To show you how big it
Wrestling
was.
Throwdown was wonderful.
To show you how big it was, Stephen A. Smith went to it.
I know he went to it. Yeah, he went. He was in the press box, luxury box, watching it. Yeah, that was a great weekend. That was a great weekend.
Whenever somebody asks him about it, that's gonna be a friend you would never forget.
Yeah, that was a great weekend.
WrestleMania is different.
It is. It was a great weekend, and Philly, we hope you can do number 40 justice, and I think you all will.
Lincoln Financial Field.
Yep.
We just may have to fly in and take a peek at that. And I said it aloud. We just may have to fly in.
I'm telling you from experience, if you've never been to WrestleMania, it's an experience you would never forget. I don't think you can go to Super Bowl, you can go to NBA Finals, NCAA tournaments. WrestleMania is just different.
WrestleMania 22, Rosemont Horizon.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that was it's one of the last times it was in an arena.
Yep, one of the last time it was in an arena.
That's the WrestleMania.
That was the last time it was in an arena.
I think that's when they started to go stadiums in WrestleMania.
And that's when Rey Mysterio won the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's right.
Yep. That's one of the last times it was in an arena was at the Rosemont Horizon, and I couldn't talk for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I couldn't talk for 2 weeks. But now I don't want to go as a fan. I want to go covering WrestleMania.
Cool.
Now speaking of a bowl,
that will be
I need to put
6th and 7th of next year, and I look forward to
in
it.
Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia. Now, sir.
Yes.
I did give you an option. I said either a Custom Experience, which you've already done, or the White Sauce Reliever. You already talked about him too. I said option C.
I did.
And are we still going option C?
We're going option C, D, and E.
All right. So if we're going option C, D, and E,
push a button.
Tuesday edition of this on the way. This Braun Sexual Confession is brought to you by Braun Joy Juice. Braun Joy Juice, the ultimate joy juice of Braun sexuals worldwide. Made with 100% organic seal milk. In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Braun Sexual Confessions. And Chanley Wise, it's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday.
I know it is. But considering I got a fan club behind me and one off to my left, we're going to close this out in style. Give me the camera. It is to the point now where I actually abhor, hate, and despise non-sexuals because they are absolutely mental-minded midgets that are idiots and stupid.
Idiots and stupid.
If I could come up with a word combining those two, I will. I feel like Yosemite Sam. Stupid idiot.
Why are you saying that these fools are stupid idiots?
Because they're celebrating being two above 500.
Only took them 15 months to finally do it.
And I hope they lose the last
playmaker.
No, 15 months. I'm going with playmaker. 15 months.
15 months.
Come on,
14 and change my ass. 15 full months. Okay, then here's the fact that I'm hoping. Look,
Fine. 14 is
2 games above water, and I hope they end up 4 games below water because they don't deserve to be above 500 because of number 6 playing with them. Now, I'm going to piss a lot of bronzexuals off, and I don't care.
Okay.
These mental-minded, stupid... I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not.
The stupid-minded idiots. Okay, continue on.
Thank you. I needed that. These stupid mental idiots need to quit because they don't seem to notice that since broke the record, he's checked out. He stopped playing.
Until recently, unfortunately.
He pulled up at that game wearing black. And he ain't got no business wearing black, but that's another story.
Hey, I gave y'all the warning of what was going to happen.
I didn't care. I saw they lost, and I saw that he broke the record. They were still losing. They lost the game. I went to bed.
I'm just saying, I did point that out. Like, yeah, he.
And yeah, he took.
So let me point out a few bronzexuals while I'm in the process of doing this. Making the adjustment.
You can't have a bronzexual until Snowman calls somebody out.
The only problem is I will not call this person by name because you all already know who it is. I gave a list last week of 10 players who played a better fundamentally sound forward. Oh, and you know something? That SOB just sent me a message saying, open it.
I'm getting too old for this.
I'm too young for this.
Yeah, I'm getting too old for it too. Bow out, you're losing the war.
Close quote.
Well, one, I didn't realize. Well, one, I didn't realize we're in a war. 2, you're at a war against yourself. And 3, in the form of a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir, my next sentence is, you're crazy.
Now, who didn't see this coming?
I mean,
listen.
In my fatal words, why does this dude even matter?
What? Wait, what?
Why does he even matter?
Playmaker, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said, why does this person even matter at this time?
Exactly. 100.
I gave a list of 10 players who played a better fundamentally sound forward than LeBron James, and these bronzexuals decided to come after me. Note, I said the word these because there were plenty. Especially when I mentioned 2 players I didn't put on the list originally, but now I have included them because in digging into my research and looking at the game, the statement holds true. The players I added to the list, Kiki Vandeweghe and Jerome Kersey. So I get asked, okay, why are you adding them to the list? I said because they had a jump shot, perhaps. I don't need to mention Terry Cummings. Do I? No? Okay, good. I already mentioned James Worthy. I don't need to mention. Oh, what's one of my favorite forwards I love to mention? Mr. Johnson? Adrian Dantley. I don't need to mention a fellow named Mark Aguirre. I don't need to mention a fellow named Dominique Wilkins, who did play small forward, by the way. I don't have to mention Larry Joe Bird. And Ray, that's a sock in the mouth to you.
You asking for it tomorrow.
Oh, I dare him to bring it on. I don't need to mention Larry Nance. And I dare you to immortalize that one. I mentioned Mark Aguirre. I mentioned Kiki Vandeweghe, Dan Issel. I mentioned Adrian Dantley already, and Dennis Rodman, who played small forward but acted like a power forward in the way he would shut people down.
All right,
So Bron Sexual, go ahead.
I'm going to put it in my calendar. Make sure to watch replay of the LJPN tomorrow because, Cole's in there cooking right now as we speak.
You're fired!
Oh, I may have to give this. Okay, there we go. So, in lieu of this list, folks like Darius G loves to say stuff to me. Other broad sexuals in a group that has been paused on Facebook because I kept coming in there dropping facts. Love to utter the quotes, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, Lord. Quote.
We've never seen anyone at age 38 do all this.
Close.
This coffee with McCarthy is sponsored by Steph Curry Cognac.
His name's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who at age 38 did more than LeBron did at age 38 because, if memory serves me correct, Mr. Johnson, and I think you and I both have mentioned this, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar actually won it all at age 38.
Well, that story is still to be told, unfortunately.
In 1985, sir, and he did it 38 years in a month plus of age. Yes.
I'm gonna keep that in the chamber until the season is over. Because unfortunately, the Lakers season ain't over.
Oh, it will be. Oh, it will be.
The Lakers season ain't over.
Hey, I told y'all want me to put my faith in the Dallas Mavericks, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Them dummies are living on borrowed time.
They're all living on borrowed time.
They keep the Lakers away from the playoffs.
Because as I said, and I will say again, to be the champs, you must unseat the champs. And I don't see this Baker team coming anywhere close. Back to business.
Custom made. And I mean custom made from head to toe.
And now that they got Andrew Wiggins, back in tow, it's going to get worse for everybody else.
I'm about the style and profile like never before.
So since these transsexuals seem to think, and think being the operative word, the very operative word, that, God, here goes my voice, their Kang is actually worth something, can do something, and will be something in the postseason. Matter of fact, I'll just end it by saying this. I'm getting too old for this.
You keep your mouth shut, fat boy, because I'll make an honest woman out of your mama.
Hey, Cole Flair. Watch.
Now, the one phrase I love to say, not only to bronsexuals, but to those who doubted me a year ago. Get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Space Mountain. Longest,
Hey,
oldest
we are
ride,
not going to Space Mountain.
longest line.
No, we are not going to Space Mountain.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty.
Diamonds are forever, and so is cold flare. Woo!
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. In the immortal words of Elton John, I'm still standing. Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned.
Wait a minute. I ain't done yet. I'm still celebrating. Yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you. And on top of that,
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
The man's
and for the final time on this celebration, get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty.
You may not be the first, but you sure will be the next.
About to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
Now, as you celebrate an anniversary, sir, because of your surgery on that date, I and a brother of mine, we celebrate an anniversary of our own.
And Lauren Harvey is for the streets, just so y'all know.
And Lauren Harvey is for the streets.
She's for the streets. She's for the streets, my guys.
Oh my gosh. Also, mentality is for the streets, but not in that vernacular. But you want to know why it says that Laura Harvey is for the streets? Tune into Mentality. You can watch it right now on the Comey Media YouTube channel, the Real Wise TV YouTube channel, and other YouTube channels as well, such as Snowman Multimedia. And if you want to catch the replay, you can do it on TV. We are on BS3 via Roku TV. That is every Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central. That is Mentality, the ultimate masculine safe space. And it is due to you, sir, that this show actually came to be, because we found out on this date last year that we actually had chemistry in the mic with one another. So I'm sure that Wise will probably echo the same sentiment I'm about to say to you. We thank you, Brian, for introducing us to one another. Because of this particular powerful platform and you, we have shows like that be born from it. So it's a wonderful anniversary for you. It's a wonderful anniversary for me and for Wise as a result as well. So thank you.
Well, y'all killed it that day, because I look at that show often, and just see the chemistry. Just to say it's still building would be an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
So as I continue to celebrate today, I'm going to grab a snack. I'm going to head home. I'm going to edit the day lifestyle list. And I tried a trick of yours about doing a short. I hope you saw it.
Okay. I'll have to see. All right.
If y'all check out the latest short that I put up, courtesy of Ryan McCarthy yesterday.
Oh Lord.
I did it in cold flare fashion. But all I will say as a teaser is that Ryan McCoffey had a bone to pick with us.
Yeah, I addressed that bone earlier this episode.
Before Victor adds, shooting lights out will be tomorrow.
Shooting lights out tomorrow.
Okay.
Shooting lights out will be tomorrow.
Cool. Look forward to it. And Vic, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I feel for you. The fact that you're a Cowboys fan and you're amongst a rose-colored glasses bunch. I really feel for you. I've always felt for you. I feel for you now, and I will continue to feel for you.
I almost.
Oh, yeah, and I told Ryan I listened to why he had a bone to pick with you and me. I said I was listening to it when I was driving yesterday. I was doing errands yesterday, so I was on my way home, and I told him he said I almost killed Cole, literally and figuratively. I was laughing my butt off. So yes, yeah, Coffin McCarthy yesterday. It was a bomb. It was a bombshell. It was a bombshell.
That's why Cole came back today. So I got a bone to pick with Ryan.
Right. And because of that, I said I had a bone to pick with him, and he said I'm almost dying himself. But yeah, this is a wonderful celebration, and I really cannot thank you enough, Brian, for wanting me to be a part of this show and your life. And you know, I took the honor of being the executive producer of this show, so that you would not have to worry about how your baby was going to function. That I only want you to focus on was just simply beating the dickens out of cancer. That was the only focus I wanted you to have.
Well, you were my only call. Like I said, you were my only call, and I knew it was the right one. Yeah. Sometimes you just know. Sometimes you just know, because believe me, I've had 6 or 7 people wanting to be my partner on this show, but Cole Johnson, you were my only call.
And the funny thing is,
I didn't have to weed the rest of them out. I just knew it was you.
I appreciate that. And the funny thing is, I never asked. It was just one of those. It was one of those things where it's like you just trusted, and I was like, all right, sure, I'll do it. And it's such a rewarding experience. I get a chance to meet wonderful people like Ryan, like Victor, like Andrew, like A Pizzle, like Sam, and Chris Bass. Of course, I already knew Ben. Playmaker, Jay. And now I have a lifelong brotherhood with Wise. And it's all because of you. And it's all because of you saying, okay, I trust you with the whole ship. I'm going to be gone, and I don't know when I'm coming back, but you get to run the whole thing. And that journey started on this date last year, and I totally thank you for having that trust in me to do that.
Well, it's an everyday trust. On days where I'm running late because, you know, my body's tired or I'm tired, you know, and I just trust you to bring the order as I bring the creativity. And I knew you were the person that was going to do this and not complain about it, take it as a challenge, take the challenge on, and run with it. I knew it. I just simply knew it. And it really came into focus a year ago today, when I knew I'd be out for an extended period of time, and I just trusted you. Sometimes you just gotta roll the red carpet out there and trust that it'll get done. And I know it gets done. It gets done every day, and I appreciate that.
Well, my goal was simply put, whenever you were going to get alert and you were able to actually sit up and watch, my goal was at least to give you one good laugh a day with this show. That was my goal.
Well, that was
my intention.
Well, that streak has stayed alive for a full year, and I expect it to stay alive longer than that as we drive toward Las Vegas and Radio Row as our first major event together. And of course, I'm talking about Super Bowl 58 at Allegiant Stadium, when we come into Las Vegas as a conglomerate and take over the joint.
Yeah, and also other wonderful individuals if it wasn't for this show and Brian, like Aunt Tricia and Hawk TV.
Yes.
You know, just meeting so many wonderful people because just being meeting wonderful individuals, sick. I mean, the list goes on, and I thank you for embracing me into this family, and
it is a family.
Yeah,
and you're
it
a
keeps growing.
big part of
it.
it.
Keeps growing. It keeps growing. Drew.
Just
so many wonderful individuals.
Just do me a favor and keep me on task in terms of the order of the show and tightening the ship so we can get all our breaks in and staying on task and staying on time. Because as more stations pick up the show, and believe me, more stations will pick up the show, I want us to be a tightly run ship, but I want us to have a whole bunch of fun while doing it.
Yeah, and I would have done it a little tighter today, but I figured today was a little special.
Today was one of those you hang. Today was one of those where I knew we would be hanging loose. I'll make sure I do the edit for the audio replay and for the podcast.
I'll be that guy. Today makes up for yesterday.
Today makes up for yesterday.
Today makes up for yesterday.
And Playmaker, I gotta tease you for a couple of moments because when he sent me a message, he said, "Send me the link," and I sent him the link, and I'm waiting for him to hop on. And then
he sent me the link an hour later.
Huh?
He sent me the link an hour later.
I forgot to push the button. So this is on me. I forgot to push the button, and Playmaker goes, "I fell back to sleep."
Right. You know what? And him and Ryan was having the ball. I'm like, I might as well just let them have it.
See, this is not a fault of anyone. This is a creation of everyone who has supported us and the folks behind the scenes that have put this together. And again, the last person I'm going to shout out is one I shout out every day, and that's my beautiful wife, Jody. She's going through a physical time right now because her knee is messed up. It's more than likely I will not be in tomorrow because she has an early doctor's appointment. So, Cole, I would trust you to get everything ready and done on time. I'll set the radio part in motion early. But if I make it back for hour 2, I will be in studio. So I'll have to see how everything goes. We got to get out of here.
Yes,
have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move, and always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
then they aren't big enough, and you have proof as to who has dreamed big and has done bigger. Congratulate Brian Snow because he is in cancer remission.
And I'm just getting started. Do me a favor, folks. If you check out my community tab on YouTube, there are 2 GoFundMes out there, one for my family and one for my daughter, Cheyenne. Drop a donation to both of those because we want to make both of those goals happen. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
And thank you, Wise. Love you, brother.